Welcome back, folks, to some more Callahan's Crosstime Saloon. Now that the old gypsy woman has her ledger sitting out, you can not only see the scrawled details of the spell on Sasha, but her address as well. 1313 Resting Place. You say goodbye to the gypsy and turn your attention elsewhere. My attention elsewhere being to Sasha's place. Father Mucker.
Master.
Lead on, looked 1313 Resting Place.
Resting Lane. I'll have you there in 2 snaps of a tendon.
True to his word, he negotiates the narrow, twisted cobblestone streets, and 10 minutes later pulls up in front of a very large, immaculate house on a tall hill. You and Pyotr get out and knock on the door.
Yes?
Sasha, before you slam the door in my face, can you wait a moment?
You're looking a little better.
Thank you.
Please do come in. Ziv is not home from university yet, but I'm expecting him shortly. Mr. Stonebender, how lovely to see you again. Please do come in.
She leads the way in and softly closes the door behind you. Hey, Sasha, wanna fuck?
Is that a problem?
Alright, anyways. You rub your hand hard on your thigh of your jeans, scraping off almost an entire pentagram, and display it to her.
It's one of those temporary things. I'm not really lupine.
She cocks her head and gives you an odd look, but she quickly suppresses it and leads you further inside. The house is spectacular. If you like the feeling of living in a museum, the decor is impeccable. The furnishings are genuine classics, but as a home it's cold and unpleasant. The heavy, musty smell and a general atmosphere of lifelessness.
Please follow me. Feeling better?
Yes.
Nobody is quite sure of what to say next.
Ziv is due back from university any moment now. I'm sure he'll be glad to see you.
That's a lie.
Please, Pyotr, let's not.
Not what?
I don't think you came here to bicker with me. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Pyotr thinks about this for a moment.
No, you're right. We're here to try to prove something.
Really?
He looks over to you. You swallow uncomfortably. You excuse yourself and go to the lavatory. Shutting the door behind you under cover of the flush of the commode and the running of water in the sink, you slip the hairbrush into your pocket, vowing to return it later. Hopefully you weren't vowing too loudly. You've already procured the only item of interest from the vanity. Okay then. Let's continue swiveling our 360-degree camera.
Please, Mr. Stonebender, I have some personal items in those drawers that I'd rather keep private.
By the time she's finished speaking, you return to the divan, and your ears are bright red. Alright, well, Sasha seems to be allergic to werewolves. So we need some werewolf hair to get her to move.
I'm staying here, Jake.
Fine.
And it is fine. If they're alone together, maybe they can work something out. It's certainly not going to happen with you there. You walk down the hall and out into the front courtyard where the driver
At
waits.
your service, sir.
Take me back to the fucking... Take me to
The
town.
gypsies, please. Yes, sir.
Seeing as anxious as you are to get back to the gypsy woman, the driver immediately takes you to the downtown area. When you reach the town square, the driver slows the horses. He pulls a large wooden lever at his feet, and the bottom of your seat suddenly swings down, dropping you on the floor of the trap and onto the street. Before you can sit up, he pulls the trap ahead a few feet, stands up, and waves at you.
You're all right there. Have fun, sir. And I'll be awaiting you when you're ready to go.
Alright, we gotta find us a werewolf. Here, doggy, 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 doggy. Up. Use the hairbrush on this werewolf here. You run the brush a few times to the werewolf's coarse fur. The werewolf purrs softly, obviously enjoying the sensation. When you have a brush full of authentic werewolf pubic hairs, you stop, and the werewolf grunts forlornly. Alright, we have some werewolf pubic hairs. Now we need to return
You said.
to Sasha's.
I live.
You walk over to the divan, where you sat before next to Pyotr. Sasha's face begins to quiver as if she's got a tick on her cheek. Then she sneezes, a feathery little tissue that makes you want to slap her around and insist that she gets a real sneeze. And then the bitch takes off. You sit on the couch, and as you do, you feel something pressing against your buttocks. You raise your thigh and find a small plain key. Nothing in that drawer, nothing in that drawer. Looks like she came running back in here, but she couldn't hold herself. She couldn't handle the werewolf pubes in the air. I know there's a drawer here we need to get into somewhere. Here it is, the big main one. Pull open the unlocked drawer. Inside is a small bundle of letters. Something that looks like it used to be a flower and some small vial with a couple drops of clear fluid inside.
Pyotr? My letters. I can't believe she still has them.
What about these?
That flower. I'm not sure. I think I bought it for her on our first date. And the vial? Those are the tears from when she told me she was going to marry Ziv.
What a thing to say.
She used to be very romantic.
You nod your head. You slip the hairbrush into the drawer, then lock it back up. Then you put the key back in the couch. perfect. Sasha will never know you've been messing with her deeply personal possessions. Although someday she'll wonder how that hairbrush got from the bathroom into the locked drawer. Alright, now that we have the violet tears, the Tana leaves, and the Mako root,
I'm going to stay.
I know.
it's time to return to the gypsy.
The gypsy.
Yeah. Sim salabinza.
In the wink of an eye, you're standing outside the street.
I still got it. All done with mirrors, sir. Have fun now. I'll be right here for you when you're good to go.
Alrighty then, you fucking weirdo.
What are these?
Tears.
Okay, and
The anti-cursulant. You don't remember?
I'm sorry, I can't keep it straight. 80 years ago, I remember like it was this morning. This morning, I remember like it was 80 years ago. What was it for? I need all three, the Tana, the Mako, and the tears. So, you look thin. Have you had your tarot read lately? Or a card trick? You like card tricks?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll just show you the 6 best ones I know.
Over the next 10 minutes, you are asked to deal the deck out 4 times, memorize 6 different cards, count off 5 packets of various sizes, and politely refrain from commenting or visibly flinching at the bad sleight of hand.
Now, let me get my little sponge rabbit friends.
With her concentration momentarily turned elsewhere, you hurl yourself out of the vortex and break the spell. Slowly, the world returns to normal.
Did I tell you to give me this?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
I'm sorry, I can't keep it straight. 80 years ago, I remember like it's no good unless I have all 3. Have you had your bumps read?
Yes, but thanks anyway.
Yes, but thanks anyway.
Fine. I don't have to read your bumps, even though it would make me happy.
Sorry, I'm immune to your powers of guilt.
The gypsy woman's eyes flash black light for a moment, and her face grows dark.
You puny mortal. You have no idea of what my powers can do. But that's all right. You think whatever you want to think, even if it cuts my heart out to hear it.
And the final ingredient.
Did I want a Mako root?
Yeah, remember? You just mentioned it a little while ago.
I'm sorry, I can't keep it. Well, give them to me. Every second counts.
Why? Is there a time limit?
Yes, Sally Jesse comes on in 5 minutes. Wonderful. Everything I need for the anti-cursulant is right here.
Good. She bends down, turns around,
I'm
gives you
gonna
a
mix
wink.
it up right here in the sink.
Good, do it, bitch. I have the anti-cursulant. You say goodbye to the gypsy and turn your attention elsewhere. Go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you motherfucking came. Sometimes you wanna be where you can be, where trouble's all the same. You wanna go where you can go, troubles are all the fucking same. You wanna go where every vampire knows your name.
At your service, sir.
Sasha's. The 1313 address.
I'll hurry this along, sir. I'd like to get back downtown. I'm supposed to be meeting somebody in this person's transport.
In your absence, Sasha's husband, Ziv, has returned. He, Sasha, and Pyotr are at the dinner table, making strained conversation, which tastes as good as it sounds.
Ziv, I'd like you to meet Jake Stonebender, Pyotr's friend from the United States.
You reach out to shake hands with Ziv, and Ziv prefers his own.
Nice to meet you.
The pleasure is mine.
Am I interrupting anything?
We were going to eat, but it seems I'm the only one with an appetite tonight. Sasha, how about some wine for our guests?
Sasha stands. You hold your
Thanks
hands up.
anyway. I'm not having any right now.
Me either.
Just me again, I guess.
Ziv goes back to finishing his dinner while Sasha waits for his next command. Pyotr seems furious and frustrated. First thing you want to do is drink the anti-cursulant. You pop off the lid of the vial, hold your nose, close your eyes, and take a drink. Then you dramatically fling the vial away and, legs akimbo, wipe the corner of your mouth with the back of your hand. God, you've never felt so alive. In a gesture of goodwill, you offer your wrist to Sasha. Pyotr once explained that in polite Transylvania society, a human will offer his wrist, or in a more intimate circumstances, his neck, to a vampire, and the vampire may choose to drink or not. If the vampire chooses to drink, he or she must not draw enough blood to harm the human, or turn him undead. This supposedly constitutes an offer, an anticipated acceptance of a trust between the two. The vampire is not to take unfair advantage of the human's weak and will and fragile life, and the human is not to open the vampire's coffin in direct sunlight or drive any large objects through his heart. Again, though she asks for the other hand in order not to overtax the other, she punctures the skin expertly, sucks quietly, swallows, laps at your wrist to catch the last drops, and thanks you. You can see in a moment that the anti-cursulant first hits her. She gaps wordlessly at Ziv for a few moments.
What? What's the matter? Sasha, control yourself.
Sasha looks for a moment as if she's going to scream at Ziv, but instead she draws her hand back and slaps him across the face. Very, very hard. Ziv, without hesitation, slams his fist into Sasha's face, and you think you hear a crunch. Pyotr is already in motion, but not fast enough to protect Sasha from Ziv's punch. As Sasha crumples to the ground, Ziv grabs Pyotr by the neck and throws him into the table. Ziv wraps his hand around Pyotr's neck and pulls, as if he's not trying to choke Pyotr, but actually separate Pyotr's head from his body. Pyotr keeps struggling and Ziv keeps trying to press his advantage. You daringly crawl on your belly to the dining room table and snatch the fallen steak bone from the floor. You crouch by her and press the steak bone into her hand. She bites her lower lip, puncturing it hard, and gets to her feet.
Why?
Figure it out, Professor. That's what I did.
Don't you know red meat is bad for your heart, baby?
Pyotr, are you okay?
Sure. I'm not strong, but I'm wiry.
Pyotr?
Sasha, would you come with me?
Oh, Pyotr, I can't. I mean it.
Excuse me, I'll be outside.
You kick around outside the house for a while, talking to the trap driver about everything except vampires, mummies, werewolves, and B-movies. Pyotr comes out after a while alone. The two of you climb into the trap and head back to Pyotr's castle. On the way, Pyotr doesn't say anything, but the two of you know that he can tell you anything when he's ready, and you'll be ready to listen. Early the next evening, Pyotr asks you if you're ready to go back to Long Island.
You coming with?
Guess so.
So, the two of us.
She says she doesn't know herself, hasn't been herself in 50 years. Wants to learn to fly again, she says. Spend some time alone, you know.
It's a chick trip.
Yeah, I know. But I was hoping...
Hey, you got your whole life ahead of you.
No. My whole life is behind me. My whole death is in front of me.
Pyotr packs a few things and has a brief conversation with Chives behind the closed door. When he comes out, he joins you in the trap and directs the driver to Werewolves.
We picking up snacks for the trip home?
We can if you want, but we'll be home in a few minutes.
Explain.
Didn't you see the time machine?
Yeah, but it wasn't working.
Did you plug it in?
I didn't think of it.
You're gonna love this.
You arrive at Werewolves and follow Pyotr inside. He kneels down behind the time machine and plugs it in. Then he slips a coin into the slot. He buys it into the machine.
Come on. Come on, Jake. Attaboy.
Why not?
Pyotr sets the controls for his house where you left your truck, and on the same evening you stowed away. When he pushes the button, the time machine rocks in place for a couple minutes, laboring under the weight of 2 adults, and not going anywhere. Pyotr whacks the side of the machine, and a split second later, you're sitting in Pyotr's driveway. The two of you climb into your truck and drive the few blocks back to Callahan's. Oh yes, we've also returned all of Pyotr's magic tricks to him, along with the Starbucks chop. You've even put a brand new old coat hanger in your truck.
20 minutes. Jake, see, I knew you were something of a private dick. That's why I knew you were the man for the job. Pyotr, good to see you. Everything okay at home?
I think so.
Good. A drink?
Ginger ale.
You got it.
And that's it for the first quest. We have 5 more to go, so make sure you come back next time. And we will start the new quest in the next video. Thanks for watching.